We are so excited to hear from you guys today to learn more about your project. So, as we're getting started, why don't you introduce yourselves? Tell me who you are, what institution you're representing, what degree program you're working on, and where you're from.
Hi, my name is Carter Stewart. I'm from Rogue Community College. I'm pursuing a degree in mechanical engineering. I was born in Arizona and I grew up mostly in Orlando, Florida, and the Bay Area in California.
Hi, my name is Emmett Allen, also at Road Community College. I am majoring in mechanical engineering. I was born in Klamath Falls, but I moved to Grants Pass and I've lived here my entire life.
That's really cool. So, how did you guys come together as a team? How'd you connect with one another and decide to collaborate on a project?
Both Emmett and I have a majority of our classes together, and so we see each other every day of the week. Starting in the winter term, we were both members of our school's engineering club, and our advisor slash professor Dusty highly encouraged us to participate in this event, and it gave our engineering club a focus for something to work on. It was really cool since there's not a lot of competitions that we know of as a community college to be a part of.
Well, we're definitely thrilled to have you. You just brought up Dusty, your instructor at Rogue. Are there any other people that you have supporting you as you're working on this project? Some experts that you've gathered around you to help you push forward?
The dean, Kim Fries, is one of our main advisors, and she helps us out a lot with getting resources through the school. And then there are a few other professors that have been helping us with some of our work.
That's terrific. We love to hear people taking advantage of the resources that are right there in their backyard. So, we've talked about who you are, but let's talk about the project. Tell me what you guys are working on.
So, as a group, as Ancile Systems, we are developing a automatic tourniquet, which is a push button life saving device that's designed to fill the gap that we see a lot of first aid kits are missing and general facilities missing for traumatic bleed events.
Wow, that is incredible. What really inspired you guys to take this on?
Well, we're both very interested and passionate just in our personal lives about preparedness, and we both have decent, I guess you'd say, civilian medical training. So, ourselves, we carry medical supplies with us to school and on road trips and stuff. And so, we wanted to create more awareness for stuff like that and show people that it's not so hard to get into and that it can be a good thing to know.
That sounds incredible. Can you expand a little bit more onto why something like this is so important or what the gaps in what's available are?
Sure. We've noticed two major gaps. One being training. So, a lot of people lack training and don't have the time to attend classes or events to learn such skills as using a tourniquet. And second being accessibility. There's a lot of first aid kits we've noticed haven't had them at our school, and you have a lot of other devices along with like just your basic first aid kit of having bandages, but also having a fire extinguisher, knowing where that is in a building you are, or an AED or the automatic defibrillator. And when you look at certain environments, such as a school setting, just statistically, you're way more likely to see a traumatic bleed event in something like a shop class than have a student have a heart attack.
That sounds incredible. It really looks like you've taken in the environment around you and really identified a gap, something that is really necessary in places like schools and public buildings. Sounds like a really big project that you're taking on, though. What are some challenges and obstacles that you foresee having to overcome as you're working through this?
I'd say a major challenge is definitely getting through the prototyping phase. It's a pretty intricate machine with mechanisms and electronics and sensors and things of that such. And then just getting medical certifications and stuff like that. All medical devices go through super serious testing to meet certain standards. And so we have to try to meet those, which could be very difficult.
Absolutely. Hopefully, all of these folks that you've got surrounding you are just one cog that's going to help you continue to push this forward and really make a lot of changes and save a lot of lives. I really want to know what inspired you to continue this project within Invent Oregon?
Invent Oregon was something our instructor and professor Dusty had brought up, at least to me, last year. And it was something that it was my first year coming back to school after a long pause of just being out in the world and working. And so it was a little intimidating at the time, but it was something I knew I really wanted to be a part of. And so it kind of gave me, I almost for a whole year was just writing down and coming up with a list of ideas and trying to nail something down that I was passionate about and that I felt that would fit Invent Oregon.
That sounds like a great inspiration to come into InventOR. On a personal note, what do you hope to gain out of your experience at InventOregon, personally and professionally?
Personally, I find this as a major growing point to my education. It's not often in school that you get to come up with an idea. You get to identify your own problem, come up with your own solution, and see a product through a full prototyping phase. And I feel like that's a really unique opportunity, especially with the added benefits Invent Oregon had, such as mentorship and being able to connect and talk to other schools. Professionally, I've really enjoyed all the networking that we've been doing and connecting with other students at other schools, other faculty members, mentors, some of the guest speakers we've had at events for InventOR. And I hope to walk away with even growing that, finally developing a more established LinkedIn, and hopefully walk away with an internship or two in the future.
What about you, Emmett?
I think Invent Oregon is a really good, from an engineering perspective, as we are, it's a really good practice of the engineering design process. And like Carter said, seeing an entire product through from just a simple problem to trying to develop a solution and going through a prototype phase and hitting roadblocks and making changes and getting that real world experience with something besides doing book work or something. It's really good application of things that we've learned in class. And then also just growth as an individual, getting to do lots of public speaking, which has been fantastic, and meeting with people in the community and growing those connections that can really help us later in life.
I love it. You're both you're inspiring me. I can tell you that. What do you think really sets you apart from your competition? What do you want the judges to understand about what you're working on?
Well, I think I could say our product definitely has a great impact. Everybody has blood, and bleeds are more common than you think. And so there's a lot of application for our product in a wide variety of consumer markets. And it's a very serious thing that I think, regardless of what tools are provided, needs to be accounted for.
You mentioned earlier that you've really enjoyed meeting some of your fellow innovators from across the state and working and learning from entrepreneurs who are out there doing this. As you yourselves are entering this scope in this realm, what are some things that have become really important to you and that you want to see your fellow innovators take really seriously?
Something that I've been really impressed with is how important passion is, and that you can make your own invention, you can make your own product, you can make your own service. And you don't have to just go into the workforce and work for someone else and work on just a little box that does something in a much bigger box that you had no intentions of working on. And that it is possible to find something that you really are passionate about, you want to help, you want to solve a problem, and you can execute that. And there are lots of other people out there, and there are other people who even share those same passions and want to help in the same way you do. And so you can grow teams around something more than just the job, but you can actually invent through passion.
Wow, I am completely inspired by both of you. And I can't wait to see what you continue to do and Invent Oregon and where this project goes over the next couple of years. I really think you both have something special here, and it's been a pleasure to meet you. And thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're glad to be a part of this.